who are you?
Brent Gilchrist.
And what is your connection to Montreal?
Oh, so much. Yeah.
Why don't you tell us?
Well, I was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens in 1985 from Kelowna, BC. And I had not a short stint here, but I played here for 4 years for the Canadiens. And before that, I played for the Sherbrooke Canadiens in the American League. So I have a real special history for me in this city. Mm-hmm. And I guess most importantly, I met my wife here.
Love that. And then what do people not understand about the grind of making it into the NHL?
Well, I don't think you can understand it unless you go through it. But let's just, let's qualify that. It's the best life anybody could lead, right? It's for the players today and the players of my generation, it was our dream. And you don't get there without it being your dream. And so when I look back on it, everything was fantastic. Was it tough? Of course it was. But, when you love something that much, it does not feel like a job. Mm-hmm. Now, there's pressure in this city particularly.
Because
it's just
fans
a lot
are intense.
The fans are intense. There's been so many championship teams here. The city lives and breathes the team. And the mood of the city is sort of, runs with the team's success in many ways. So there's a lot of pressure, but I was drafted here and I came up in the NHL here. So I didn't know that it was different anywhere else. Mm-hmm. And it is different. This is a original 6 team. We had great teams when I played here. We almost won the Cup in '89.
Wow.
So you're back to your question. It's a grind. It's physically tough. It's mentally tough. There's a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. And it's not glamorous like people would think because you're traveling, you're working, you're traveling. So I think that's what I'd say. People probably don't understand it's not that glamorous when you're in it.
Yeah.
When you look back on it, you go, man, that was just the best way to live your life.
So much fun.
Yep, that is.
Okay. Is it really like playing hockey in Montreal compared to other cities? I know you said that.
Yeah, good question. So, an older teammate of mine said when I was playing here, he said, he'd gone somewhere else and came back. It was actually Chris Nyland. Everybody knows Chris. They love him. And he just said to me, this city and this team and the passion and the history, it's just a bit different. Mm-hmm. They're a lot different. And he said, you'll know. I never thought I'd be traded. Of course, I did get traded, but I thought, well, it doesn't matter for me. I'm going to play here for my whole career, which I would have loved. But you get traded, and it is different. It's great still. It's still the NHL, but there's just a feeling in this city. Like I said before, that the city lives and breathes it. And when I was here, I was trying to learn to speak French, and I'd spent 5 years in Quebec, and I was getting pretty good before I got traded, but I didn't listen to the French media like the radio or the TV because I couldn't really understand it. So I think that's a little bit easier sometimes for an English player.
Yeah.
There's a little more pressure in the that's fine. But I don't think as a young player I saw that was happening as much as maybe a French Canadian player would.
Okay. And then what do you think, I asked Guy this, but what do you think of 3-on-3 at the Olympics?
Terrible.
Why?
Well, I mean, to decide a championship, I guess in the medal round, or not the medal round, but in the round robin to start the term, that's fine in the shootout. But it's hard to swallow. Now you understand it's TV, so they have to fit it all in.
That's what I thought it was.
And it's the last event, so they're worried about the closing ceremonies, but it's not a great way to decide a game. In the regular season, it's fine. Let's get on with it, and let's try to break the tie. But something of that magnitude, and that's why we don't do it in the playoffs. We play until somebody wins. So it's disappointing, but those were the rules, and the American team beat us in overtime. So you got to suck it up.
Should we get into that? No,
sure.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want to say?
Well, I want to say that I probably won't upset anybody because my opinion is not. My opinion is this.
No, we won't. I don't want you to get
Well, this is my opinion. And that's okay if I get shit. This is my opinion. It's hard for us to lose.
Right.
But we're better, period. We're just a better team.
Yeah.
And we played better, and we didn't score on our chances. Mm-hmm. And when you don't score on your chances, and of course their goaltender played well, but it was us. We didn't score on our chances, and eventually your opponent's going to score.
Yeah.
And so what I felt good about is we're still the best hockey country in the world. Mm-hmm. I don't think they could match our top 4 players, and one of them wasn't playing, which is not an excuse either. They won the game, and they deserve the gold medal. But from a perspective of hockey in Canada and the
Yeah.
world, we're still the best.
I didn't think you were going to say that, so I'm happy you said that. Go Canada, go. What's something only someone who played here would understand?
So I'll tell a little bit of a story around that. When I was about 14 years old, Ken Dryden, the greatest goalie ever, wrote a book, and it was called The Game. And I wrote it, and I was just blown away by it. It was incredible, right? As a 14-year-old hockey player.
Yeah.
And then I played here as a rookie, and I went home, and I guess I was probably 21, and the book was still in my room. I went to my child at home, and I picked up the book and read it, and it was completely two different books, even though I loved them both as much as a 14-year-old and as a player in the organization and playing in Montreal. It was just the things he said.
Yeah.
Nobody can describe. Like, he was so articulate, and he was an incredible writer. And the things it was like, I know what he's talking about. As a 14-year-old, I thought this was the coolest hockey book I ever read. As a rookie on the team, I was like, he can describe things people don't understand. Just walking around the city, the feeling you get. When you walk into the forum for the first time, everybody knows who you are. Like, all the staff in the forum, and there was the forum then, they all knew you.
Yeah.
Immediately, you're like, oh, wow. They knew every player. And the whole building was about the team and about one thing, winning. And winning as a team.
Right.
And it was just this feeling of, this is the most important place to be in the whole world.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're a hockey player.
Yeah. What's one misconception about NHL players?
Well, I think just back to what I said before, like, it's not glorious.
Yeah.
And I think people would assume that this must be really glorious. It's awesome. It's not that. It's just that it's not, picnics and parties. It's tough. It's a grind, but I loved it. So I'm not sure that's a good answer about a misconception.
It was still good.
Yeah, they're just people. They're young. I mean, I'm 58 now. When I look at these guys, it's
20.
weird to think about myself in their shoes, because they're such great players, but they're young. They're so young. Yeah.
And then, how difficult was it to step away from professional hockey?
So
by the way, you can't hear that. Just an FYI.
I think I was pretty prepared. I was 36 years old. I played 15 years, and I was done. Yeah, I was done. Physically.
Do people usually stay till 36? I feel like that's a long career.
I think it was a good long career.
Yeah.
So I was prepared. I think because I wasn't under any pretense that I was really effective anymore. I was older. I was injured. I wasn't really healthy enough to be competing with faster, younger, and way bigger players, because there was a transition and the players got bigger. Yeah. And they got faster. And then I got slower. That's just the progression. So I think, my last couple of years, I really wanted to enjoy it. I knew it was coming to an end, and I felt good about that. And I was in pain. I was battling to stay in the league. And I think that I'm happy the way I approached it, because I wanted to always remember where I was. Yeah. I was in the NHL. I was living my dream still. It was just a battle putting your skates on some days, because you're physically, I was a bit injured and beat up and slow and not as effective. So that's a tough time in your career. But leaving the game, I was ready. I kind of knew what I wanted to do, so I started right away.
What did you do?
In the investment business. Okay. And I feel like I was born to do that too. And I loved it. And so I started a business right away, and that went well. And so then there's a big journey after my career and my new careers.
So then we'll get into that after.
Yeah, sure.
But do you miss the spotlight?
No, I don't think so. I think I enjoyed it so much where we were.
Yeah. Do people still stop you?
Sometimes.
Cool.
Yeah, sometimes. So less and less, right?
Yeah.
Like, people your age wouldn't know who I am. Like, but older people, they still know, and I think people mention, you kind of have to, people that kind of have to mention my name. Hey, that's Gilchrist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember him. Right. So you do get a bit of that. You still get fan mail, people that don't know you probably, but they send you hockey cards to
Cool.
get that, that sign. And
How do they know your address?
they look it up. Like
That
they
is so
just
scary.
send it to the office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
okay. As long as it's not your
but
home.
I think that really picked up during COVID. It was really weird. All of a sudden,
Because people are home bored,
they're home and they're looking through their hockey cards,
Yeah.
I guess, right?
That's cool.
That's funny.
And so what do you do now? Like, what's your passion?
So business is my passion. Like,
Okay.
and to tell you the truth, I'm in a firm where we're not exclusive, but we spend a lot of time in the resource market, meaning we buy companies that produce oil and gas, copper, gold, silver, lead, zinc, forestry products. So I am very passionate about that.
Yeah.
I spent, basically I've spent 15 years in the mining business and done a lot there, built a couple mines, sold a couple mines.
Wow.
So I'm super passionate about that. I'm also passionate about this country and the fact that, what we do every day is really important to the country from an economic standpoint. It's super important to the world because the whole room because somebody's mining something or producing something so that you can build, so that you can transport, so that you can have TVs, so you can have an iPhone.
Yeah.
All that comes from somebody who's mining or producing oil and gas.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What's the company called?
Well, the company, there's hundreds of them. We invest in them,
But what's the investment company called?
Dean's Night Capital.
Okay.
And before that, I was at a company, I still am, the president of JDS Resources, which we did our own projects. We built them. We had engineers and constructors, and that company still is running.
Okay.
But then this opportunity with Dean's Night came along. And they're a great money management firm in Vancouver, been there for over 30 years. And I got a chance to start a fund with them, a resource fund. And then I got a chance to join and I bought a piece of the firm, became partners. And then it was natural for me to go become the CEO. And I run that company now. And I spend time at JDS Resources. We have some, what I would call private assets that we're working on developing.
Right. Okay. So did you use your money from hockey to invest in the companies that you are in now?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and I don't know if we should mention your dad, but like your dad was, helped me a lot because he was, I was a client of his when I was here, when I was 21 years old. And the firm he worked at, I learned a lot from them and what they did. And I kept saving money and investing. I really was passionate about it and it served me very well. And that's why I went into the investment business. But now, for sure, I'm all in. And I'm all in actually.
Well, because hockey players,
mining and oil and gas companies, that's what I do.
Because hockey players, I don't know if you want, they spend a lot of money and then, don't invest it.
Some,
I don't know.
Yeah,
Just thinking generalization,
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think because everybody hears there is some bad stories out there, and of course those get highlighted, and we remember that somebody unfortunately, maybe left the game without a lot of money or had a bad investment idea or whatever, and so we hear about those stories. But I think generally, I mean, the players are making incredible amounts of money today, which is fantastic, and I think that they're pretty well taken care of in terms of, I think they have advice and they have advisors. One thing I would say, and even if I was speaking to a young player, I would say the only thing about the advisor doing everything and somebody, paying your bills and doing all those things is you can leave the game and not have had that education.
Right.
And my education was through managing my money and being invested. And then after getting into the investment business and being able to walk in any investment room and know what the hell was going on. And so I don't fear, it's not a fear of mine. It's just the young players, I just hope that they learn because, when they are going to be done and they may have enough money to be done and that's fine. But what are you going to do? Like when you're a player, you don't realize when you're retired, like you got most of your life left.
Right? You're young, 36. That's
I was
very
36
young.
and a lot of guys will be done at 28 and 30 and 29. And most of your life is still in front of you.
Yeah.
And so the money's great. Like if you have enough money to be able to be self-sufficient for the rest of your life is great, but that's not what it's about. It's about living. It's about, getting up in the morning to have another passion. I can't replace hockey.
Yeah.
Like, it's the most incredible life, and it was my dream. But what I do today, I can't wait to get up in the morning and get the hell to work. And
You sound like my dad, too.
yeah, I got stuff going on, man. Like, I got to get it done. And I got a lot of people that rely on me, and I rely on a lot of people. And, I draw every day on what I do, what I've always done. I draw every day as how I played on a team.
Okay.
And that's the most important thing for me is how our team works together, how I work together with my coworkers, people that I'm supposed to be leading. I love that. I get such a thrill out of a team accomplishing things together, having success. And the other thing is having a damn good time doing it, having fun. There's no other reason to do it.
Exactly.
If you hate your job, look for something to do.
Yeah, it's true. I've been saying that forever.
Yep, you got to love it.
And then
you're always good at things you love.
That's
You're
true.
not necessarily great at things you don't like. We all have to do things in our job and our daily lives that aren't our favorite. But those are okay, those little things when the mass of what you do is like, this is a blast, man.
And then we're going to do Montreal stuff.
Good.
Okay. So when you were younger during the Montreal time, where was your favorite place to go after? To get a drink, to go out, wherever? And even if it's closed, doesn't matter.
I'm sure they're all closed. Like we used to eat at a restaurant called Da Vinci's every day.
Yes, that's what Guy said too.
Yeah, and it was just fantastic. It was right around the corner from my apartment.
Okay.
So I was that was my kitchen.
Yeah.
And the guys in there were great. The guys sort of running the show were young guys, not that much older than I was. I mean, obviously they had bosses, but they took care of us. And then, when you first come to Montreal, like you're attracted to Crescent Street, you don't know much, which was great. We had a blast, like Thursdays, and I don't know, that's probably still there.
Well, Thursdays too.
Yeah,
said.
and then we sort of graduated to Saint Laurent, and there was a little different, maybe how do I say it? like a little more off the beaten track places
dive
that
bars
were cool.
type thing.
Yeah, a little bit, maybe not.
Yeah,
we didn't have dive bars.
Do you remember any of them?
There was a place called DeSalvio's that we used to go to.
Oh my, that's so funny. Because I used to do those things where like what your old nightclub says, and they said that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
that is
cool.
So funny.
Upstairs, it was on Saint Laurent. It was,
And then any other ones?
Cool. Oh, man. Club Soda.
Oh my God. Actually?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That was a long time ago.
Wow. I think I even went there.
Yeah.
Like when I was
cool,
16.
But I mean, there's so many places in Montreal to hang, right? Like there was all the little pubs in old Montreal.
Yeah.
The brasseries, the Irish bars, like.
And then where did you love eating? What was your favorite restaurant in Montreal?
Well, Da Vinci's is probably one of my favorite. I mean, even I love the Barbie Barn.
Okay.
Like that was
that
so
downtown
cool.
though? No.
Yeah, I think it was on Guy. It was a bit of a dive, but it was ribs.
Okay, but they still have still have one in
still
Point
there?
Claire or Dollard or something. Yeah,
Okay.
it's still open.
But I don't specifically remember all the restaurants, like Gibby's, Moishes for sure.
Yeah.
And if I think about it, I'll come up with some names. But there was just so many good restaurants. Like anywhere you went was great, and I think it's similar now.
Yeah.
I mean, the other cities in Canada have good restaurants now. I don't think when I played here, the other cities had the same level of restaurants. They're better now. Vancouver's got great restaurants too. But I don't think in the day they had the same quality.
What's your
as
favorite
Montreal.
restaurant in Vancouver?
Good question. Probably Ile Jardin. A place called Tavolo.
Okay.
And
I have to look all these up.
Elisa's awesome. Steakhouse. One of the best.
Okay. And then
Giardino is really good. They changed the name because they moved it, but it's called Giardino, and it's a classic in Montreal. The Bacchus Room at the Wedgwood Hotel, super classic place, like 30, 40 years old at least. Yeah.
And then what's your coffee order?
Black. Drip. No fancy shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
One Montreal tradition you love?
Sugar Shacks.
Oh, and it's coming back right now.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Well, 'cause in March, April,
my
May.
wife brought me there, and I knew nothing about that.
Gluttonous deliciousness.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's
It
like a
was
whole
good.
time. You have a huge table with all your friends.
Yeah.
Do you still watch every Habs game?
No, I don't. I follow.
Okay.
I follow my two teams the most was the Red Wings, which was another Original Six, which we had great teams when I played there. So,
Yeah.
and Montreal. And so I follow. I always know what's going on. My sons are avid fans.
Okay.
And they follow both teams. So the group chat for us is always like,
What happened?
you know, what's happening and you know, what the Habs should do and what the Wings
Yeah.
should do. And it's a online, nobody else is on that chat. Like the rest of the family's not, just the boys.
Okay.
So they actually know more about the players and about, you know, I'll ask
I
them
should have
what
gotten
about
them
this
on
kid.
next time.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're real students of the game and they watch a lot.
Are they going to play?
Well,
They're
they're
too old
done.
now?
Yeah,
25? 26? How old are they?
30.
Oh my
Almost.
God. Wait, they're only 5 years younger
I've
than
got
me?
a granddaughter,
Yeah, but
18 months old.
oh my goodness. You'll have to show me pictures after.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And then is there anything else you want to tell people?
About,
Just anything? Work? Something you want to like, share? I don't know.
yeah, I guess maybe a little bit about my wife because she's, you know, I guess I loved Montreal when I got here.
Yeah.
And then when I met my wife, there's a different.
She was from here, obviously, right?
She's a TMR girl.
Okay.
And I think that what happens is I knew I was just on the, I was just scratching the surface of Montreal.
Yeah.
Until I met my wife.
Oh,
And
and
then
then
when
she
we were
brought
from
you everywhere.
Montreal, or you're like, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're going to places like the Sugar Shack, or just you're going to places, Outremont, which I never really got up to. I never kind of left
Yeah, I guess
downtown
it's-
much.
yeah.
TMR, you know.
Where did you, when you were a Hab, where did you practice?
Forum.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
now they
we
practice
didn't
in
have a practice
Brossard.
facility. On days when the Forum was busy, we went to the Verdun rink.
Okay,
in
so
Verdun.
that's why.
So
Right.
But I think that's the thing is my wife being a Montrealer, and then there's the city.
Exactly.
That
But that's what I mean
Montrealers
is,
know, and I wasn't a tourist, but
Yeah,
kind of. Like
exactly.
I lived downtown. I went to the rink every day.
Yeah.
Ate out every night, but I didn't see all the areas and get the vibe of,
Yeah.
like you said, the traditions of Montreal and the things you did as a Montrealer.
well, that's why, because now they're in Brossard. So I
Yeah.
think all the players live out there
Yeah.
because the practice is there.
Yeah, that's
which-
too bad.
There's some good stuff out there, but
Oh, it's great.
nothing like downtown.
It's just, yeah. I mean,
and,
I walked
you know,
everywhere. I
yeah.
had a car and it never left the underground parking.
Okay.
Like I never drove.
Yeah.
There was no reason to drive.
Yeah, I guess
Even
so.
to go to the airport, you take
just-
a cab. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Okay.
it was a very totally different life
Yeah.
than I grew up. I grew up in the West in a small town, and this was completely different metropolitan city. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it was the moon
Yeah.
to a 20-year-old kid from Vernon, BC.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here.
You
That was
bet.
30 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There you go.
Thanks, Tory.